Hello, everybody, and welcome back finally to the Barila Show podcast. I am your host, Marco Barilla, and of course, once again, I'm going a little solo. This is just a catch up video because, according to YouTube statistic, it's been 7 long months since I uploaded the last episode of the podcast, and I am deeply apologize for that. It's been a rough past couple months, especially the summer. I'll get into that later in the video. So, like I said in the last video, I'll try to make more up videos. Um, it's August 30th, so school is knocking around the corner. So I'll try my very best to hopefully stay true to my upload schedule, even though I don't really know it because it's been rough. And of course, if you guys have been following me on my social medias, in which if you aren't, sorry, I'm gonna adjust my mic here real quick. If you guys aren't for some reason, oh, what are you doing? All my social media stuff will be in the link down description. Both my podcast and my personal social media will be down there. So keep update and why not? Everything down there: Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and all that good stuff is down in the description down below. So yeah. So I guess in this video, I'm just gonna have a little recap of what's been going on in my life. Not that you guys would care, but I mean, if you guys are, thank you guys. Of course, like I said before, if you guys have been following me on my social media, you guys have been know what's going up. Um, so basically, in the past 7 months, it's been a lot going on in my family. I'm not gonna get too into it because obviously some of it is indeed personal. So I'll try to give you guys a less descriptive version, but at the same time, what's been going on. So this summer has been quite iffy. It's not really how I planned out my summer to be, really. And that's because it's been an awful summer for my grandparents, my mom's parents. In mid June, my nono had one mini stroke and then one massive stroke that almost nearly killed him, and of course was rushed to the hospital where he stayed in a hospital for I believe 2 to 3 weeks, and then he was transferred to Einstein Rehab Center, and whatnot. And now, of course, he's So yeah, I mean, the past couple of weeks he's been recuperating the entire summer. Like I said, this happened in June, so the rest of June, July, and now through August, he's been kind of getting better. Sorry about that. And what he's been doing is he had the stroke in June, and then, like I said before, he was in the hospital for 2 3 weeks, and then he was transferred to Einstein Rehab Center, where of course he worked on his physical and mental therapy and whatnot. Oh, sorry to get a drink of water there. And he's doing good now. There's been a couple of scares here and there, like I believe one of his carotid arteries or something in his face, one of the muscles was nearly torn apart, and I believe that stem connects to the brain, and if it's broken, then he'll probably die or something like that. I'm not really wording it right, but he nearly almost died multiple times. So thank goodness for the hospital that they did protective surgeries. There, he was hooked up to a feeding tube, not only through his nose. Once that didn't work, they had to directly put it in his stomach. In his inside his body. Sorry, I don't know why I'm coughing so much. Um, yeah, and just recently, my nonna or my grandmother. By the way, nonna, no, is grandparents and grandfather. I mean, grandma and grandpa in Italian. That's why that's why I've been calling them. So my nonna recently had symptoms of a heart attack, like numbness in the arm and tight chest pains, and so she was just recently went to the hospital for a hospital visit. I believe she's back now. They had to stay here overnight just to make sure, monitor her, and make sure everything was okay. Um, so it's been a rough summer for my family. Not only my mom's side of the family, but my personal family, like my brother and my parents. Um, I mean, I like I said before, this is not how I expected my summer to go, nor do I. But then again, nobody really prepares for a loved one having stroke. What are you supposed to do? um, Other than that, I finished school. I finished 11th grade. I don't, dude. I'm so slow. I don't even know what grade I'm going into. That was a pain in the ass, and I explained it in my video a couple months ago. How my junior year is probably one of the most hardest years I've ever been. It was so awfully stressed, and I was such in a bad mental state then. It's not perfect now. Like I said, it's been a rough summer, so I'm still kind of banged up. But compared to 7 months ago, it's way better. But like I said, I'm not 100% still. But and then now I'm still kind of banged up from last school year. So now, school is like a week away for me at the time of recording this. It's September 7th or 8th, I believe. My first day of school is. Um, and it was such a bad year for me. That school year. I mean, I barely finished with a passing grade. I think I passed. The year before that, I had A's and B's, and I had like three C's, one B, and stuff like that. I don't know. It was really rough. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this year. I've been told that the senior year is much more easier than junior year, which kind of makes sense, but doesn't. Figuring out how seniors are last year of high school. And then the whole thing with college is, as of right now, I'm not really planning on going to college at the moment. Not only am I not even smart and I can't focus at school as it is, but of course I'm financially poor. I don't want to, you know, ask my parents for money. It's not right. And so I don't know. It's one of those things that with kids my age, you gotta start figuring out what they want to do. You know, because they gotta go to the right college for what they want to do. If you want to be a nurse or a doctor, you go to medical school. You want to be a chef, you go to culinary school. And whatnot. And if you want to be a mechanic, you go to mechanic school. Get the point. And I'm right now, I'm in my own space. I don't know exactly what I want to do. And that's not really good, especially how I'm, turning up on my final year of high school. I need to like start to get a job, even if it's just a 9 to 5 job. I need to get some sort of job because I've been quite busy this past summer, so I didn't really have time to look for a job. Not to mention my whole weight loss journey. It's been iffy. This past month has not been good because I've been stress eating, and I don't want to get into that much, but you get the point where it's like I tend to lose motivation when stuff is going on in my personal life, and I think many people can relate to that. I know family and friends who do the same thing where they are want to do something, but they get sidelined and distracted by something else. And it's not that I didn't want to, because I definitely still want to lose weight. It's just that what's been going on, it's just I can't focus on it right now. I don't have time to go to the gym sometimes. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I want to say, out of my entire 3 month summer, because like we had stuff planned out for the summer. It was June. I just got to school. Like, okay, yeah, let's go. Can't wait. Like 2 weeks after school's over, um, is when my nono had the stroke. Because the only two good things that really happened during the summer was the two camps that I attended. Shout out to Camp Kids or Camp Noogie Land and Camp Kesem. I'm sure I'll do different episodes where I talk more into detail about those two camps, because I've been going to those two camps since I was a little child and whatnot. And I'm sorry if you guys hear my dogs barking in the background. I can't really do anything about that. Um, but yeah, those are the only two really good things that really happened to me. I've yeah, Camp Kids was from June to mid July. Well, I volunteered as a counselor. I was a counselor at Camp Kids, but I was a camper at Camp Kesem because the age difference is different and whatnot. And it's yeah. So Camp Kids is amazing. I also these are these two. I'm not sponsored by any of these two camps, but I'm speaking on my behalf because these camps have done so much for me and other people. I give them a shout out. Why not? I'll probably put all that in the link in the description down below. All their stuff. If you guys want to check them out, they're an amazing. Both camps are an amazing cancer support camps. If you guys know somebody or a kid who's been affected by cancer in their family, these are two amazing cancer support camps that I highly encourage you visit out. I'll leave all their stuff in the description down below. Um, Camp Kids is basically, like I said before, it's a cancer support camp where I've been going since I was probably around. you know, 6, 7, or 8. I started as a camper, and then obviously just a couple years ago, I think 2019 was my first counselor year, where you just go there and it's just stuff. Shout out to Miss Christina, by the way. She is the nice lady who runs the place. She's the face that runs the place. She sets up all these organizations and all these fun stuff and activities for the kids to do. And she's been doing this for years. Um, and it's just amazing because like all the counselors are mostly kids my age, if not younger, like maybe 13 or 14 years older. And we all just they would give us the schedule to what to do that week, and we would set up before the kids come. And it's so unique to do this because, like I said before, I started this camp when I was a camper, so I didn't know what went on behind the scenes. Now that I'm a counselor there, to see go, you gotta be there like an hour early. You gotta start planning out the stuff. You gotta talk to the counselors of who's gonna do what activity with the kids, and not to mention the kids are amazing. I love these kids. They're so amazing. I've met so many new friends, especially my boy Charlo. Charlo, if you listen to this, shout out my boy. I love you, man. It's awesome meeting you this summer. Um, and just like hanging out with these kids because I'm a really good people person, but I'm even better. I'm better with kids. Partly because although I'm 17 years old, I'm basically practically still a kid inside. You know what I mean? So it's just really nice now, not only to get along with the campers, but the counselors. I've met so many. I have a nice new friend group with all these counselors, and I'm greatly appreciative that all of them. I love them all. They're amazing people, and I'm glad they volunteer their own time out of their busy summer to help these kids and help Miss Christina as well. So it's an amazing opportunity that I get to do each and every summer. Um, it was amazing. So that was the first big camp that I did um, in June and July, and then flash forward to just 2 weeks ago in August, Camp Kesem. Now, but being honest with you, I can literally donate an entire episode of just me talking about Camp Kesem because if you guys follow me on Instagram, I just did a big post about what Kesem means to me. For the past 8 years, I've been going there. And I'm still this is Kesem. I'm still a camper. You have to be if you want to be a counselor, you got to go to a college. For example, the college there's different chapters. The thing unique about Kesem is that unlike Camp Kids or Camp Newland, how you want to call it, it's only one and it's in Pennsylvania. But Camp Kesem, there's different. It's called chapters. Chapters are all across the United States. Again, I'll leave all this descriptive details in the description down below. There's different chapters all across the United States in every mostly every other state. The chapter I go to is the UPenn chapter because that's the closest college near me. So, I've been going there for 8 years since 2015, 14, I believe. Um, and it's just an awfully good time. I want to say awfully. I didn't I mean to say awfully. And it's a really good time. Um, I'm trying to plan something really special for the next episode of the podcast. I try not to spoil too much, but it definitely involves Camp Kesem. So stay on the lookout for that. If you guys are following me on the social medias, I'll upload or I'll tell you guys I'm working on something because I am. Um, but yeah, this was 2 weeks ago. It's a sleep. The difference between Noogie and Kesem is that Noogie is a day camp. We're there for like 7 to 8 hours, and then we go home. Kesem is a sleepaway camp for one entire week. Which I love because to be honest, when I first got introduced to Kesem, I was definitely scared. I was young. I never really slept away from my parents' house unless it was like a little sleepover with my friends, which um, but something different as sleeping away from your parents is definitely scary. Um, so like at first I was scared when I was little, but now obviously as a teenager, I'm not really scared at all. In fact, I encourage me going on because as much as I love my family and my parents, you know you can't spend too much time because eventually they'll drive you crazy. No offense, mom and dad, of course, Um, but it was definitely not only therapeutic but hella fun. It was so fun. Like I said, I'm probably I'll probably dedicate an entire episode just to Kesem because it's such an amazing. I can't praise Kesem enough, and I also can't praise Camp Kids enough for what they've done for me over my past years. And it's like I said before, it's also in a cancer support camp. So if you guys, my listeners, know a young child or a teenager who's been affected by cancer themselves or that someone they know, um, I highly recommend you check out these camps. Again, I keep saying it over and over again, but I highly encourage it. I will leave both camps description and link in description down below. You guys can check them out. They're really good people, and I love them very much. So yeah, like those two camps are the only like saving grace this summer. They're the only two things that really saved it. Other than that, it was just really not that good because of my grandparents and it's really unfortunate because like I said, I did not want to spend my summer the way I did, but then I'm really grateful that Camp Kids and Camp Kesem really saved it. You know, um, but yeah, that's really all. I mean, other than the summer, I can't because like I'm looking at it right now. I believe I uploaded my video. I'm looking right now at my YouTube channel, the Bullet Show podcast. It was 7 months ago. Let me see. Um, January 20th. Holy cow, that is damn January 20th. And to be honest, I only remember what happened this summer. I don't remember other than that. Like I said, I finished school primarily. Um, Other than that, that's really all. And I'm very apologize for the long break. I promise. If school is as easy as my senior year I've been told, I'll probably upload. Like maybe twice, 3 times a month. And I know that's not a lot, but trust me, maybe I'll do an episode every Friday again if everything turns out the way it is. Because I generally miss doing this. I missed doing this podcast. And if you guys watched the video from January, I said I wasn't taking a break because I don't like doing this. I'm doing it because I'm right now at a YouTuber's perspective. I couldn't fit this in my schedule. Now that my stuff with my grandparents are starting to die down a tad bit, it's still, I still gotta help my grandparents. It's still nothing but like compared to like when this was happening mainly in June and July, you know. Um, but I do miss doing this. This was a passion project for me for a long time. It's so unique, and I just love the concept of a podcast because you know, obviously, if you guys should know by now why I started the podcast, because I love talking to people. All I do is talk, basically, and I'm happy that I'm doing this because I've done it a long time, obviously, as you can tell. But make sure you guys keep an eye out for new episodes because it's definitely coming. I got a couple things working in the background, so keep an eye out for that. Um, but yeah, I can't promise you that my upload schedule. Maybe I'll try doing every Friday again. I think it was every Friday, right? Yeah, it was every Friday, I believe. I'll try to, do that again if I'm not too busy because I want to see how these first couple of weeks of school go, and if judging by how the way it goes, if I, like, okay, I can manage my podcast, I can do it then. Obviously, we're not a professional podcast. I'm not taking this as my job seriously yet. I do take this seriously, not as seriously. Like I said before, this is a passion project of mine. This is just a little side hobby. But of course, I would love to be this to a job. Obviously, like I was talking about earlier about jobs, content creation and streaming is my dream job. I want to become a Twitch streamer and a YouTube creator. That's my dream job. Cause with a dream job is that yeah, I mean, my philosophy with jobs is that you have to find a job that you enjoy doing, but also pays money. You know what I mean? But sometimes you have to find a job before that you don't really enjoy, but also still brings you money. You know what I mean? Because like the probability of you becoming YouTube famous and Twitch famous is like the probability of like you becoming a Hollywood actor and being successful, like the next Leonardo DiCaprio or something like that. It's very slim to likely. It is a long and hard journey to do. And I know some of my audience out there is a little bit on the older side. No offense, of course. Um, it's more than just like sitting in front of a computer and gaming and just doing whatnot. It is way more than that. The amount of hard, dedicating time that you got to do to donate your time to improving your craft. You know what I mean? It's so much more, and I'm really have a passion for it. But like I said back in January's video, is that I want to finish school first. I have one more year. I'm probably gonna take a leap year. I think that's what it's called. Where like after high school, you take a year or two off to figure out what you want to do, and maybe in that span of time, I'll start to learn how to edit, and I'll start to do this because I really want this to work. I hope you guys know that because all the viewers I have right now, I'm grateful to you guys and I appreciate you guys listening. Even if you guys don't even listen to the full episode, I appreciate you guys click on the video in the first place. You know what I mean? It's just it's amazing because this is a job that I've been doing. I want to do since I was a young kid. You know what I mean? Um, and I hope this works out because right, I think throughout this next year, I want to focus on just doing this as a passion project. And like I said, once after school is over for me, I will I will definitely try to do this more professionally and start streaming again. I haven't streamed in months. You know, I promised you guys I would stream Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, but of course, same thing with the podcasting situation where like I want to take it seriously and professionally and try to do my best to make it as good looking because like this isn't YouTube or Twitch from 10-ish years ago where you can upload a video in whole, not really edited and just play. You have people on TikTok. TikTok, I'm going off off topic, but I praise TikTok for not only being entertaining, but to help businesses and channels grow. Like there's TikTokers who start on TikTok and then they got hella viral, and then they brought all their viewers and success from TikTok to YouTube or their Twitch, and where they got even more bigger. And I wanna do that, but like it's hard to do by yourself. You know what I mean? Because like this goes along of what I was saying earlier about how YouTube and Twitch isn't an easy job as it looks because it really isn't. Now, obviously, I'm not a professional content creator yet, but I've done research, I've done you know my research basically about how what they have to go through, and it's a really tough and mentally straining job because it is what it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm really like I said, I'm really glad I did this because I miss you guys. I miss doing this because it's what I wanted to do. This makes me happy just talking to you guys, even if it's like I don't have any of my boys on right now. Also, if you noticed, I don't have Nico on anymore. It's not that we're not friends. We're still friends. We're best friends. We talk every day. It's just that he's busy with his own job and other stuff, and I'm busy with my family and stuff. So he can't do that. I'm still gonna have him on the podcast. He's just not gonna be a co-host anymore. He's just gonna be a casual friend that I'll bring on the podcast every once in a while. And yeah, that's really all it. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys subscribe, ring the bell, and of course like the video because like I said before, I am working on a new big video that I'm hopefully gonna get out in a couple of weeks or so. So keep an eye on that if you guys want to be updated and when I'm making these videos. Again, make sure you guys follow me on the social medias. All that will be linked down in the description down below. And yeah, I guess that is all. So as always, I'll see you guys in the next video, and make sure you guys look out for my next video. Peace and love, boys and girls.